Hey, good morning everybody. Cale Casey here with Back to Basics. We're breaking it down for you again. This is episode number 3, Shovel Creek Fire. You're right here at the command post, forward operating base, Moose Mountain. Let's get right into it today. First of all, we want to give an acknowledgement. It's day 9 of level 3 evacuation. So to all you homeowners in Martin and Perfect Perch, we want to just let you know we're thinking about you constantly right now. There's been a lot of good work done around your homes, and we're going to dive into that with the good, bad, and the ugly. Let's start with the ugly for all of us. Yesterday was the smoke. It came in really heavy, as you all know, and of course there's a lot of regional smoke, and the University of Alaska Fairbanks and also smoke reports from around the state have been able to paint the picture that very large fire growth yesterday. I do believe there's one article stating that yesterday was the singular largest fire growth in all of Alaska, combined all the fires. That smoke came cascading down into here. That grounded our air operation, but it didn't lead to any negative outcome. By about 5 to 6 p.m., firefighters and helicopters were able to start pre-treating the green, and as you can see here on the map, we did get about halfway through our day 2 plan. We would have liked to have gotten further. Our goal today is to get there, but they resumed at about 5 p.m. That's the coordination with all those water tenders delivering water, hot shots with the drip torches. We put those videos on YouTube so you can see them this morning. You can see the fire effects in there. That's the Blackhawks dropping water, pre-treating the green, again, keeping that cool. We put video of that up last night. We also put a video of Reggie Bray, our operations chief, who's in charge of the burn, at about 10:45 last night, way up on the line near Murphy Dome. He gave you a really good 2.5-minute update. So if you're not seeing those, we do include the link to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. That's part of our transparency campaign. And if maybe you're getting it but your neighbor's not, let's do that neighbor helping neighbor thing. Help your neighbors out, get this information. We did put a post on AK Fire Info this morning showing the good. We got this far. That means that most of the houses or all the structures in the Martin neighborhood here, after having 160,000 gallons of water in the pre-treatment around them for the previous 24 hours, got the fire around them safely. Fire crews were able to get to right about here at 1 in the morning. So the burn window closed down at 1 in the morning, but from 5 to 1 in the morning, about halfway. Today, once the test firing is good, they will continue on. They'd like to get fire down to our very long, nice check line here. We did put a video of that up yesterday with all the sprinklers on it, showing you how well set up that is to receive the fire. Again, it's been great to get all your questions. The homeowners who are there, I have a special guest that I want to introduce to you. Nick Cronquist is just up from Washington DNR. He's been to Alaska several times. He's one of our information officers. And Nick, welcome to Alaska again. Good to have you here. What can you tell the homeowners?
First and foremost, we say thank you. Thank you for all the information that you're passing on to us. We think everything that you guys are doing in part with working with the teams that's out here, the people on the ground, you're being very supportive. And so my role, I'm coming up from Washington DNR. The good thing we have with our partnership with Alaska is when we're in need, you guys have come and helped and support us for so many times. And so in the day of your need, we're here to support you. And so that's why I'm up here. As for my role on this fire, helping to support you guys, I'm here to be a voice, a liaison for your guys' needs. And so for anybody in the evacuation level, I'm actually going to be that point of contact. And so that's one of the main reasons I'm here, is to kind of put a face to the name. If you're calling, if you're emailing, those are the things that I will be interfacing with you. And so let me quickly just throw out a number. It's our phone number that we're given to the evacuation level 3 levels. It's 907-371-4608, and that's for you guys to contact me directly and really try to get more information out there. And then you can also reach us on the general information email, which is the 2019 shovelcreek@firenet.gov. And so I'm going to be interfacing, going out in the communities, working directly in all the level 3 evacuation levels, really trying to meet whatever those needs are for you guys.
Excellent, and it is day 9, so we recognize that, right? That's a long time to be out of your homes. It's a long time to have the fire crews in there. We are all working collectively to shorten the duration and impact of this incident. Mother Nature looks like it's cooperating today. We'll keep you posted on that later in the afternoon. Now, Nick was here for the Hastings fire. He was also here for the McHugh Creek fire in 2016. So he's kind of got more of that engine experience. And what you're hearing in the background, by the way, is our water delivery to the caterer here at Fire Camp. So these are some of the sights and sounds at this fire camp. If you're hearing that on your screen, that's what that is driving by. Again, J. Michael Johnson's running the camera right behind you. He's one of the information officers helping with photos. And we want to break it down for folks. We've told folks that there are engines patrolling the neighborhoods below the fire, and then we've told folks that there are engines along the fire line. I've done medical, I've done helicopter work, but I haven't been an engine guy. What type of engine did you have up here for Hastings?
So we had one of the smaller engines, and so what we ended up doing is we were doing structure protection and then also water support on indirectly with fire crews that are working on the ground. And so what that means is we got water brought in, and so to get that water out to the fire lines and supporting the homes, we use our pumps on our engines to really kind of push that water into areas that higher elevation or areas you need to get to that crews are using to really extinguish the flames if they come, or also just prepping homes with the sprinkler systems that they currently have.
How many folks sat in your engine every day?
We would go back and forth between 3 and 4, and it gets tight on the 4, but the 3 is actually pretty good as well.
So the engine crews have a lot of hard work out there. I talked to Carl Earhart this morning. He's from Division of Forestry, Fairbanks. He's one of the 6 engines that you've heard about a few times. So let's break that down again. If you don't know our plan for protecting the homes below the fire line here, in the Vancouver, Lincoln, and these areas in here, what we have is an additional 6 engines from the local unit. What do we mean by local unit? The office down in Fairbanks for the Division of Forestry has a whole parking lot of engines. They're busy like crazy all around supporting. We've requested 6 of those to be out here every day. Carl Earhart and his crew are on 1. A lot of you know his name. He's a local firefighter here. He's already done 20 days out here. And for example, today, they're going to be patrolling all around. Why are they patrolling? What are they looking for? If we have a wind event that pushes some of our burn over the fire line, they can be right in there. And then when you see it, what do? What do you have?
So if you see a spot and we identify it and we immediately attack it. And so we try to find ways to put a box around the fire and then quickly extinguish it if we get that opportunity.
And so you're able to pull your hose out, get your pumps going, and then do you carry chainsaws?
Yeah, and so that's actually, especially in the fuel types that we currently have, the black spruce, some of the best things you can do is just knock the flames down so they don't get too high. And so we go out there with chainsaws, cut down swaths of areas, and really kind of smooth out the area so the flames don't get high enough, and then make it easier to attack with our tools that we use.
So 6 engines can get quite a lot of work done, right?
Quite a bit, and that's actually 1 plus on our normal strike teams of engines that we typically go out in.
Okay, great. So then at night, we have an entire hotshot crew, 20-person hotshot crew from Warren Springs, Oregon, and they're doing the night patrol. They're making sure that if there are any spot fires that are going around, and there haven't been that many, folks, so just to bring you in, we're on day 3 now of our burn. Yes, it's hot and dry. Yes, the weather indices are up, but we haven't had many issues. That's a lot of part of this good here. Again, the ugly has been mainly smoke, but we haven't had many major issues with our operation. 160,000 gallons of water was delivered and sprayed around these private homes here in Martin. So if you're one of those Martin homeowners and we've heard from you, we know that there are remote sheds out there. We know that there are a few private structures deeper down the ridge. The hot shots and smoke jumpers have been out there. They'll go back in today and do an assessment. We do believe the fire has been brought all the way through and around them. And what do we mean by pre-treating, and what does that do? It creates a humidity bubble. So fire likes to find things that are receptive. A humidity bubble is definitely not receptive. 160,000 gallons creates an RH of 100%. And you've been around structures when they're burning, the fire just goes right around, and then it's easy to mop up.
Yeah, and so you really want to dampen anything that's potentially on the ground, and it really pushes that fire beyond those boundaries. And so the main fire will come roaring through, and you're left with a structure that you can come back through with your engines or your crews and really kind of knock the flame lengths down and really protect those structures.
So even if a spot fire were to get in there, it's still very much basics for us. Just basic firefighting, identify spots, knock them out, go on to the next one, right?
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the support that we have up here. We have a number of people on the ground. The extra engines, as he mentioned, we have the ability to quickly get to locations when it's needed to put out those fires that potentially come up.
Excellent. Now the 160,000 gallons, that's 14 water tenders. When I drove up last night, late at night, to get the footage that we put up last night and this morning, there was a water tender brigade. They're staging for them. They're constantly working, so we want to give a shout out to the water tenders and their families. A lot of them are local, right here in the area or down the road. Thank you for having those water tenders here and supporting us. That's a very dry ridge, as the locals know, and we're going to keep pre-treating the dozer line here. That, again, that video is up. We also want to give a shout out to everybody out in McLeod out here. We know that a lot of you are finally understanding that what we're trying to do here is bring this fire and tie it in the Chattanooga River, and that this block might not get fire in it, which I think some folks are realizing is both good and bad. The bad of it is that this will eventually want to burn at some other point in time. If there's a lightning strike or if there's a future event in there, if we can keep it here and push it in and tie it in, then this becomes our outer perimeter. If not, we're ready. This has been prepared for a long time. This is the first outer line that we prepared, and we have that ready. But I had a discussion yesterday with some locals who were asking, hey, we're hopeful that they actually take care of this zone so we don't have to worry about it, or our kids don't have to worry about it. Right now the plan is to bring fire down the dozer line, see how it holds up, and then tomorrow look at seeing this is all prepared. We also have hand line and hose lays all in here prepared. So there's a chance that this will be taken entirely out of play. This is the stay tuned part, right? But we're gonna be transparent and we're gonna talk to you. We know that you care. We know that you're on the edge of the seat. We've seen your emails, we've talked to you in person. We also have a gentleman out here, an older gentleman, who would like us to call this not Hattie Creek, but O'Connor. So we get that. I've been gathering local knowledge. I live down in Willow, right near where the new fires are in Talkeeton. I've worked out in Delta Junction. I know that there's all these different names. There used to be a McCarty on the river near Delta Junction. And so we want to make sure just educate us and we'll get it. We're here to serve you. Other good parts, we have the crews up here still pumping, bringing containment. This fire did make a little pooch in the natural pooch. Let's break that down. Well, when we have a polygon, when we have a fire shape and fire moves naturally, we call it a pooch or a slop over or a bulge. It's all slang for firefighting. This is an unburnt island. And what I mean by that is the 2009 fire scar is indicated on this map by this light green. And so in 2009, this was a finger and then the fire stopped. So it's not uncommon when it's hot and dry for a fire to find the unburned pocket and what we call fill it in, which means burn the receptive fuels now, which is gonna make for a very nice mosaic pattern out there. You'll have a 10-year regrowth here and then a new fire scar here. The moose are gonna love coming in there this year. And then the moose are gonna love this whole country, of course, because the herbaceous plants and the willows and birch, they'll be coming up through here. So tomorrow night, 6 p.m. community meeting. Just some quick stats at the very end for you. Our acres bumped up to 12,053. Our containment remains 15%, but we'll see a little more black in here soon. We're at 754 personnel, and our fire information number, the 907-347-6801. Leave your questions here. We'll be right back with you tomorrow. Thank you.